Hey everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be unboxing Blackpink's latest EP release, Deadline. I am so incredibly excited and just so elated to be filming this video because, as you guys know, I've been a longtime fan of Blackpink since their debut, and this is the first release that they've done since I started my channel. So this will be the first unboxing I get to do for Blackpink OT4, so I'm very excited for this today. As you can see, we have quite a lot of versions that YG decided to release for this comeback. So up top here, we have all four of the silver versions. So they're basically just digipacks, very similar to Born Pink era, so each of the members has their own version. Then in the top right here, we do have the mood light version, so there'll be a nice little mood lamp in here. And then we do have three other, photo book versions. So this is the black version, then we have the pink version in the middle right here, and then on the right, we have the gray version. And all of these albums are Korean press because I did pick them up from K-Town For You, and because I got them from K-Town For You, I did get a whole bunch of pre-order benefits right here. So we have a pretty gigantic stack, and I think this might be the most pre-order benefits I've ever gotten for any release ever. And if I remember from Pink Venom era back in 2022, I think that they also went kind of crazy, they being K-Town For You, went kind of crazy with the pre-order benefits. So I'm actually probably going to take all of these out of their individual packages, and then we can go through all of them. All right, so I have removed all of the pre-order benefits from the sleeves and packages and all that good stuff. There is also this little envelope here with more photo cards. It looks to be an OT4 set of photo cards, but I'm just leaving that in the envelope for right now. So we will go through the rest of these pre-order benefits. So to start off, we have an OT4 set of, it looks like mostly concept cards, and I kind of just left them in the same order that they were presented to me in. So we have Rosie, and then Jisoo, and then Jennie, and then we have a Lisa right there. Up next, I think we have another OT4 set, and the backs of these are black and pink as opposed to gray. Very, very nice. So a bunch of photos from the MV, it looks like. And we do have a duplicate Jennie as well, so that's very nice. And speaking of duplicates, we also have another duplicate set of this OT4 photo card set for pre-order benefits. So we've seen all of these once before, so it looks like we have a duplicate Jennie, Rosie, and Lisa. And then we get into some selfie photo cards here. So we have a very pretty Jisoo, and we have a pink back to that photo card. Very cool. And then we have a Jennie here doing a wink, and then the pink back once again. And then both of these are definitely duplicates because I was checking these out when I was taking them out of the packaging. But we have an OT4 photo card of all four members right here. And then these are the backs. They're just gray and black. So those are all of the, pre-order benefits, except for these. I still have to go through these, but I'm not really sure what gets you all of these pre-order benefits. Obviously, you can tell by what I ordered here, all of these albums probably had some sort of pre-order benefits attached to them, but I'm not really sure what attaches to what. So now we'll go through this little envelope here. So I really do like this envelope. It says Deadline, and it's a black and pink envelope. And we do have some special selfie photo cards in here. So we have a very cute Jisoo photo card showing the nails. Very cool. Ooh, and the backs are holographic. We love that so much. And then we have a Jennie, very pretty color contacts there. And then the back once again. And then we have a Rosie, very nice high angle photo. And that's the back. And then we have a Lisa, last but not least. Very nice, also doing a wink. And then that is the back of that photo card. So those are officially all of the pre-order benefits that I got for all of these albums that I purchased from K-Town For You. I don't think the mood light had a pre-order benefit attached to it. If I'm positive about one thing, I think it's that did not have a pre-order benefit attached to it. But I guess all these other things had a pre-order benefit attached to it. And as you can see, I mean, K-Town For You was kind of just like throwing them at us, right? So those are all of the pre-order benefits that I have for Deadline. All right, so now all that's left is going through all of these album versions. So I think I'm going to start with the main two, so the black and the pink version, and then kind of just work our way down the line. And this will probably be a long video because I have so many thoughts about this comeback. So yeah, let's go ahead and begin. So up first, we have the black version photo book, and we know this is the black version because the Deadline script is in the top left, and then the main color on the left side of the front of this photo book is black. So it's black and pink, but we know that it's the black version because the main color is black. So we flip it over, and this is the back, and we do have the track list on the back here. So Jump is included on this EP release. So as you guys know, Jump was released last year before they embarked on their world tour, and then we did get 4 new songs for this release as well. So we have Go, Me and My, Champion, and Fuckboy. And I really hate that Blackpink is making me curse on my channel because I don't like to do that. But nonetheless, I have to. So those are the 5 tracks that we have on this album here, and I will probably talk a little bit more about it once I start flipping through the photo books. So let me just briefly show the sides real quick. So this side says Deadline, and then we rotate it, and this other side also says Deadline, but it's upside down. So those are all of these sides and the outside of the black photo book. And so we open it up, and we do have the CD right here, and then we open it here, and okay, so it's a tri-fold, it looks like. We have a folder on the right, the photo book in the middle, and then the CD right here. So let me very quickly look at the CD. So this is what the CD plate looks like for the black version. As you can tell, it's predominantly pink, and then we just have the black text, and we can also kind of see that YG learned his mistakes from the last release for Born Pink back in 2022, because if you guys own any of those album versions, you know that the CD was just very like loosely packed into each of those albums. It was very annoying because they didn't have like the little foam like center that's supposed to like hold the CD in place. It was kind of just, you know, rummaging about inside the album if you were moving it. So luckily that is very secure in this album version this time around. All right, so I decided I'm going to skip the stuff in the folder for now and just begin flipping through the photo book since it's right here. So this album packaging kind of reminds me of Idol's 2 release from, I think, the beginning of 2024 is when that came out, perhaps in January of 2024. But it was kind of like this tri-fold like photo book type deal. So let's get into this photo book, and it looks like we have a very pretty red outfit with Jisoo right here. Very, very nice. Very gorgeous photos. But I do have so much to talk about for this comeback, and I've kind of been sitting on all of these thoughts for such a long time, so the chances that I forgot some of them are pretty high. But what I do want to get across is that I have very mixed feelings about this comeback as a whole. So I was coming into this comeback with very just little expectations. I didn't have a lot of expectations for this comeback. Not to say I wasn't excited, because I was very excited for Blackpink to have an OT4 comeback. But given the last year and what we kind of seen with, I guess, the management or the rollout of this entire just like Deadline, just the tour, and then Jump being the pre-release single, and now eventually this mini album here, the whole management was kind of just like, I don't know, throwing me off a little bit. It didn't feel too cohesive. If I may interrupt though, Jennie looks so incredibly gorgeous in these photos. Like, oh my goodness, she looks stunning. But I didn't have a ton of expectations for this comeback. So when the comeback eventually arrived and I listened to, well, I watched the MV, first of all, I watched the Go MV, and it kind of fell flat with me, at least the production aspect of the MV. The song was okay. I actually enjoy the song, I think, more now than I did initially. But I did think it was a little disappointing that there was so much, apparently, AI used in the music video itself, which when I was watching it for the first time, I was like, I bet this has a ton of AI in it, because it kind of looked that way, right? And then eventually when they showed the credits at the end of the MV, you could see a whole bunch of credits for like AI stuff. And I don't vibe with that. I really dislike AI as a whole. I never have used AI, or at least intentionally used AI or use AI in my day-to-day activities. So I'm really trying to be like, as much as I can, anti AI. And so I really don't like when it's used in music videos. And that's not to say it's like being lazy, because I know a lot of people probably jump to that conclusion and say like, oh, if you use AI, you're being lazy, which in a way it is, right? But I know there is probably some cool things that you can do with AI, but I just don't think this is one of them, because this is a music video. This is artistic expression, right? And so artistic expression is not supposed to be, I guess AI is not supposed to be used for artistic expression. So that's kind of what I'm getting at. But we move on from the very pretty rosy photos, and now we have photos of Lisa here. So it looks like all of the members in this first photo book are wearing some sort of red outfit. But the other thing that I didn't really like from the Go MV was that it didn't seem like the members were together at all. Like when I initially watched it for the first time, I thought, okay, maybe they are trying to tell a story of the members being separate, because we know now like all four of them are very successful like solo acts themselves. And so maybe the story the MV is trying to tell is, okay, there's these like four people that are very good, like successfully like solo, and when they come back together to like perform as a group or whatever, I guess they're better, or they're just as powerful as they were before, type thing. Like I thought maybe that was the message of the music video, but it kind of just took me out, because like I said, it didn't feel like all four of the members were in the same room at any time during the MV. There was a lot of glamour shots, and that's pretty much all there was, which I'm not saying the glamour shots were like bad or anything, but it was just kind of like, okay, let's film some glamour shots, and then, probably cut together some shots of them pulling on the, I guess, paddle, right? Because they were rowing a paddle around the planet, I guess that's what they were trying to go for. Kind of like they were rowing a boat around the planet or whatever, but it feels like they were kind of just like cutting all of those together, and they were filmed individually. So I don't really know with that, but the MV I don't really like too much. It's probably my least favorite MV that Blackpink has released in terms of like their title tracks, or I guess all their MVs. So I was a bit disappointed with that, but the song is okay. I do like the, I guess, dubstep portion in the chorus, because I did have a little bit of a dubstep phase back in like the late 2000s or whenever like dubstep was really big. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Go for right now. We have obviously made it to the end of the photo book, so these are all of the credits, and then we do have to go through the folder here to see all of the goodies. All right, so we open it up, and this is all that you see when you open it up. So I love that all of the photo cards are face down, and I do believe that all of the, I guess, photo book versions, or all of the versions in general, are going to be full photo card sets, if I remember the album details correctly. So thank you so much to YG for at least doing that. So we love that. So first up, we do have what I think is a mini poster, and it is a mini poster. So we have a trifold here, and this is an OT4 photo of them in front of some sort of like mountain feature, I guess. I don't really know what to call that, but they look so stunning as a group together, and the back is just plain white. Up next, we do have one singular sticker. It just says Deadline. Very, very nice. Now we have a couple more stickers, but we have an OT4 set. So we have Jennie up first, and then we have Rosie, and then Jisoo, and then we have Lisa, and these also look to be holographic, so that's pretty cool. I enjoy that very much. And last but not least, we have the 4 photo cards. So this should be an OT4 set. So this is what the back looks like for all of these photo cards. So we're just going to flip and then go through each of these one by one. And so first up, we have Rosie looking super cute in this red outfit. And then up next, we have Jenny looking cute as well. She's doing a little bit of a heart here. Very, very cool. And then we have Jisoo up next, also in a red outfit. She's doing a peace sign. Very, very nice. Last but not least, we have Lisa. She's doing a kissy face and a wink and also a cheek heart. So very cute and adorable photo cards. So this is the OT4 photo card set that you get for the black photo book version. So no drama or anything like that in terms of just like, who are we going to pull, that type of thing for any of these album versions. So we can pretty much guarantee ourselves a full OT4 set. So let's go ahead and move on to the pink version. So this is the pink version that we're moving on to. And as you can see, everything is kind of just the inverse of what we just saw on the outside of the black version photo book. So the main color is predominantly pink, and then also the deadline text is in the bottom left on the front here as opposed to the top left. And then we flip it over and the track list is also on the bottom of the back of this photo book as opposed to the top. And so we're going to show the sides very quickly here, but the sides are also kind of the same. And then we are going to open it up and the inside is very pink. And so we have the CD, which I'm going to take out real quick. This is the CD design for the pink version. So once again, just the inverse of the previous CD that we saw. So this color is predominantly black, and then we just have the pink line and pink text. So we are going to put that CD right back in there. We, of course, have all of the goodies in this folder right here, but I do want to flip through the photo book real quick. So getting into this pink photo book here, I'm kind of curious if we're going to get different outfits, and we do get different outfits. So we, of course, start off with Jisoo right here. So I presume they will probably go in age order for this photo book as well. But getting back to the mini album itself, so I think I left off talking about the Go MV and how it kind of just fell a little flat for me, just the MV in general. And I mean that like in the best way possible. And I guess I also do want to say like right now, like anything that I say like comes from a place of love, like not hate, like no hate whatsoever. Like, please do not come after me. Like, I kind of worry because of what I see like on Twitter and stuff like that, because Blackpink fans can be like very aggressive and just like assume the worst out of people. And that's not necessarily just Blackpink fans either, right? That's kind of like any stan of any group. That's just like what the K-pop space is. So what I'm trying to say is, because this is my first Blackpink unboxing on the channel, I'm a little bit worried about like what the reception is going to be like, if that makes sense. So I want to just very clearly just say that all of my criticisms kind of come from a place of love, not hate whatsoever. I still enjoy Blackpink's music, and I still love all 4 of the members. So we move on to Jenny right here, and she has some very gorgeous photos in this outfit. But moving on from the music video and talking about the track list, so there are 3 other tracks on the album. So we have Me and My, and then we also have Champion, and then we round it out with Fuckboy at the end of the album. So my favorite track on the entire album is probably Champion, and that is also including Jump, which is probably my second favorite. So I really enjoyed Jump when that came out last year, and I still think even with these 4 other songs released this time around, that Jump still is probably number 2 for me of the 5. So I really enjoyed Champion, and I actually have a funny, I guess, description about Champion as we get into the pictures for Rosie here. So I really enjoyed Champion pretty much the first time since I listened to it. I really liked the not slow build-up. It's kind of like a fast-paced build-up in terms of like the verses, but I really like the anthem sound that we got from the chorus. And it's kind of funny because once I listened to it enough times, I was like, this song kind of reminds me of another song, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it for a little bit. And then one day it finally just clicked, like what song it was reminding me of, but I didn't know the song title or the artist that sang this song that I was thinking of, right? But I remembered it from, you guys are gonna laugh, but the 1989 Orioles documentary, like end of season documentary VHS. So the Orioles didn't make the playoffs in 1989, but they had like a historically bad season in 1988, and they were kind of expected to repeat being historically bad in 1989. But they kind of went on this magical run with like a whole bunch of no-name players and almost made the playoffs. I think they finished 2 games out of the playoffs that season. And so it was kind of just a crazy season. And at year's end, I think it was just like Orioles, the team or whatever, decided to put a documentary film together to kind of document the whole season and how incredible it was. And so they ended up doing that and then selling a VHS for it. And my parents had a VHS when I was a kid. And I watched this VHS probably like at least 100 times when I was a kid, like just like an ungodly amount of times. And so there's this song during a part where they're showing highlights or whatever in this film that Champion reminded me of. So it reminded me of this song. And so I went back because this DVD, or not DVD, this VHS or documentary is on YouTube. So like if you look up 1989 Orioles documentary on YouTube, you can probably find it. And so I went to the part where I thought I was remembering the song, and I did find the song. And so Champion reminds me of Running Down a Dream by, I think it's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And so if you listen to that song, specifically the verse parts of that song, not the chorus, but the verse parts, it has a very similar verse part to Champion by Blackpink in the sense that there's like a very heavy, I think it's like a snare drum, and then in the background there's kind of just like these little like strings perhaps, or maybe just like a keyboard of just like something lighter in the background, right? But it's kind of like fast pace. And so that's kind of what I equated Champion to eventually. It took me a while to get there because, like I said, it was reminding me of a song that I couldn't quite put my finger on, but I eventually got there. And so I really enjoyed Champion, and it reminded me of that older song. And we are at the end of this pink version photo book, so I will have to save the rest of the talk for the track list stuff to save that for the next photo book. So we are at the end. Now let's go ahead and flip through this folder here. So up first for the pink version, we have the mini poster. And so this is definitely a bit of a darker shot here because it's mainly a black background, but we have an OT4 photo once again of all the members wearing the outfits that they were just wearing in the photo book. So that's a very nice mini poster. We have another Deadline script sticker, except this one is predominantly pink with the black text. Then we have another OT4 sticker set. So up first we have Jisoo, and then we have Jennie, and then Rosie, and then last but not least we have Lisa, and these are also holographic, so I do like that a lot once again. And lastly, we have the OT4 photo card set for the pink version. So this is what all of the backs will look like. We have a predominantly pink back for these photo cards. And we start off with a Lisa looking so incredibly gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Then we move on to Jennie. She's doing a cute like bubble face and then also doing a bit of a flower pose. Very, very cool. And then we have Jisoo. Oh my goodness, she looks stunning in this photo. Oh my gosh. Like the makeup is so incredible in that photo card. Like, oh my gosh. And then we have Rosie. She's doing a little bit of a pouty face here. And she's got the interesting like head garment on. Very, very cool. But this is the OT4 set that you get for the pink version photo book. So very happy with all of these photo cards. And now we can move on to the gray version. All right, so this is the gray version for Deadline, and this album is a little bit smaller than the black and the pink versions that YG released. So we have the front of the album here, and then we have the back, and we also do have the track list on the back once again. And then this is the sides. As you can see, it is fully enclosed, so you can't see like the photo book at all on the inside. And then that is the other side right there. And it also has this like strap that I can do that, and we can go ahead and open it up. And this is what the inside looks like when you first open it up. So we have all the goodies and the photo book in this like console right here. And then we have the CD on the left. And this is kind of what I was referring to with the Pink Venom albums back in 2022. So YG had a very similar packaging like on the bottom of each of the albums to this, except he didn't have the center, like, I guess, I don't know what to call this. It's not like rubber, but I don't know. That's kind of what came to mind when thinking of this. This like center part that holds the CD in place. So it was kind of just loosely floating about in the album, which was kind of annoying. But this is the CD for the gray version. So just a gray and black CD plate, and we can safely secure that back in there. All right, so I was going to show you how everything was packed, I guess, in here, but I went to go ahead and flip everything, and then everything kind of just spilled out. So like photo cards and stickers and all of that stuff just like spilled out everywhere. I did not realize there was a pull tab here because it wasn't sitting on top. It was sitting underneath the photo book. So yeah, perhaps maybe use the pull tab when you unbox your album if you don't want to see like the photo cards and stuff. So we do have like a photo book and then more like, I guess, mini posters and postcards and things of that nature, right? And then a whole bunch of photo cards. So we are going to get into those now. All right, so it seems that there is no photo book for the gray version, but we do have a whole bunch of postcards for OT4, but then also for each of the members. So this is the one OT4 postcard that it looks like you get. So that is the back right there. And then each of the members, it looks like, also has their own set of postcards. And then we also do have credits here. So I will just very briefly show those to get them out of the way, but we will go through these member postcards one by one. First up, we have Jisoo, and so we have a new outfit once again, and that is the back of these postcards. I'm assuming it will be the same for all of these, and we do have some, it looks like, that are vertical, and then some that are horizontal, so we have another vertical one here. Very, very nice. She looks so stunning in this outfit. That's actually, is that connected? Is her necklace connected to the dress, or that's kind of crazy if that's the design of that dress. That's pretty insane. But we have another photo of Jisoo here. Ooh, I like this one. This is very pretty. It's like, I don't know, purple glitter. I don't know if that's, maybe they just like popped some glitter right before they were about to take the photo. That's kind of cool. Very interesting. Then we have the second to last photo here. So once again, Jisoo in that very pretty dress. And then a last photo here of, once again, we have the glitter in the foreground, it looks like. So very nice set of postcards for Jisoo. These will definitely find a nice home in my large inclusions binder eventually. I'm already kind of thinking about if they're gonna fit in the 2 pocket pages, but given the way that my large inclusions binder has been going lately, I'm guessing that they might not. So I might have to use 1 pocket pages for those, but we will have to see. Now we're moving on to Jennie's postcards. So we have Jennie in another outfit here, looking super gorgeous as always. And the backs of these postcards are also the same. And so we switch to more vertical postcards here. So it looks like all of these postcards are going to be kind of in the same style as one another, right? So it looks like they have one horizontal postcard and then most of the rest are going to be vertical. So, ooh, we have a nice mirror shot right here. Very interesting. And then we have another shot right there. And then this last one is also a mirror shot, but it is horizontal compared to the vertical one that we just saw. So those are all of Jenny's postcard for the gray version. Very nice. Up next, we have Rosie's postcards here. So we have a very gorgeous photo of Rosie, and we flip it over to the back, and the back is, of course, just the same as all of the others. And now we move into some vertical postcards. Very, very cool. And I'm also just realizing now that I was going to use this, I guess, version to talk more about the track list, but now I realized I can't really do that because it's not a photo book. So I'll have to try to sneak in the rest of my track list thoughts for this comeback into probably the silver version photo books, which aren't very long, so that's probably going to be difficult to do. But we have a whole bunch of very beautiful postcards for Rosie right here. This last one has like a little, I don't know, feather or something on it. But those are all of Rosie's gorgeous postcards for the gray version, and so now we just have Lisa to go through. So these are Lisa's postcards for the gray version, and so we have a horizontal postcard of Lisa to start off with, and we of course have the same postcard back, and then we start to get into the vertical postcard. She looks super stunning in this photo shoot, and it looks like they kind of implemented that like purplish pink glitter for most of these photos, it seems. So we have another photo of Lisa right here. And I haven't counted any of these, but I think this might be like close to 10 postcards. So you actually get quite a lot for this version. So if you're looking to buy a version other than the regular like black or pink photo book versions, this might be a good version to buy, like especially if you like postcards. So you get quite a bit for each of the members here. And there's also, you guys can't see it right now, but there's a ton of photo cards off to my right. And we're going to get through those in just a moment here. But those are all of the OT4 postcard sets that you get for the gray version. So I'm going to probably move these to the side and move on to the rest of the inclusions. Up first, it looks like we have a hidden message card. So I'm assuming if I were to scratch this like gray area here, it would have a hidden message for me, but not going to scratch it right now. But this is what the back of it looks like. So it just says Deadline and Blackpink. Then we have our third iteration of this particular sticker. So it once again says Deadline, except the text is in gray and the background is in black. Up next, as you can see, we have a whole bunch of photo cards for this version. So it looks like we get 2 OT4 sets for the gray version. So I will go through each of these one by one. So I guess I'll go through this gray back set first. So we're going to flip these over, and then we're going to take a look at these photo cards. So we have a Jisoo here. She's doing a little bit of a cheek heart. And then we have a Jenny photo card. She's got her tongue out and she's doing a bit of a wink, looking super cute. And then we have a Lisa also doing a wink, looking cute here as well. And last but certainly not least, we have a Rosie with a very gorgeous photo card. So this is the first photo card set you get in the gray version. So this is the gray back set. Moving on, we have the second set, which looks to be a black back set. And so this is the back of each of these photo cards. So we're going to flip, and it looks like they are going to be in the same outfits. So we have a Lisa to start us off here. And then we have a Rosie doing a bit of a pout. And then we have Jenny. She's showing off the nails, looking super adorable. And then we have a Jisoo to finish off this set as well. So this is the black back set for the gray version. So it looks like all the members are wearing these same outfits in all of these photo cards. So I guess if you really enjoy the members in these particular outfits, then this version is for you. So that version was a little bit chaotic in terms of the unboxing portion of that. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the silver versions now. All right, so as mentioned, we are moving on to the silver version now, and this is a member set. So I have all four of the members, so we're just going to go in age order as I have Jisoo up first here. So that is the front, and then we have the back, and then this is the side. Very gorgeous front cover, as you can tell, for this version. And so we open it up, and it looks like we have nothing loosely about here, but we just saw the back of the photo book, interestingly. So it looks like all of the photo cards are in here. Perhaps we have, I think that might be like a bookmark, it looks like. And then we have a little photo book, and then we also do have a CD right here. So we have a quick look here at the Jisoo CD plate for her silver version, and we have a very stunning photo of Jisoo, of course. And this is probably my favorite CD plate that I've seen so far, and because I am Jisoo biased, it will probably be my favorite CD plate of this entire comeback. So we do have that in this silver version. As I mentioned, we do have this little photo book here in the middle, which looks to fold out a little bit. We'll actually save that for the end. But then in the back here, we do have the photo cards and then extra goodies right here. But for right now, I will just flip through the photo book to start. So this is the first page of the photo book for Jisoo's silver version, and I'm pretty sure we're just going to get member-specific photos in each of these photo books. So we have some very stunning visuals from Jisoo here, looking so gorgeous in this white outfit. This is a crazy, like, I was going to say glove, but it actually doesn't look like a glove. It looks like she's wearing a whole bunch of, like, I don't know, finger extensions that look like nails. But very crazy get up indeed. And then we have a couple more photos here. We have a little bit of a, like, I guess maybe sand dune in the background. I hope these visuals were not made with AI. But this is the last page here, so it unfolds, and this is the full look right here at the entire last page of the photo book. And then we have all the goodies right here, so let me take these out. So first up, we do have a mini poster, and this is going to be a Jisoo-specific mini poster. So we have a very pretty photo of Jisoo right here, looking very beautiful and gorgeous as always. And then the back also, I guess I can show the back too, but the back is also just very similar to the postcards that you saw in the gray version. So that's what the back looks like. Up next, we have a clear bookmark, and I am hiding the cover of the silver version right now because it's going to unfocus my camera from the bookmark, but this is the bookmark you get for the Jisoo version, so a very nice Jisoo bookmark. And last but not least, we have 3 photo cards for Jisoo's version of the silver version, so this is what the back looks like for all of them, and I assume all of these are going to be Jisoo-specific photo cards because this is the Jisoo version, and it will probably be the same for all of the other silver versions. So we have this first photo card here of Jisoo doing a cheek heart. We've been seeing that pose a lot today for a lot of these photo cards. Then we have another photo card of Jisoo doing a little bit of a pouty face, looking super adorable. And then we have another photo card of her kind of doing a pouty face, and this one's a little bit more up close. The makeup looks so good, and she just looks so incredibly gorgeous in all of these photo cards. So these are the 3 photo cards that you get for the Jisoo version. Let's go ahead and move on to Jennie. So this is the Jennie silver version. So we have a very stunning front cover of Jennie right here. And then we flip it over to the back, and it's pretty much the same as the Jisoo version. So we just have the title and the track list. And then we look at the side, and it just says Deadline. And now we open it up, and this is what the inside looks like. So pretty much the same. We do have a different CD plate, and so this is the CD design that you get for Jennie's version. We have another stunning photo of Jennie right here, looking insanely gorgeous. And so we're going to put that back there. And then we do have all the goodies, it looks like, back here once again as well. So we are going to quickly remove those and set those to the side. So now we're going to get into this photo book here for Jennie's silver version. So we do have a photo of Jennie, and it looks like some lightning in the background. Very interesting to start off this photo book. But I do want to get back to the track list, I guess, because I still haven't finished talking about that. So I think the other two tracks I haven't talked about are Me and My and then Fuckboy. So Me and My, unfortunately, I didn't really enjoy too much. It's not really like my vibe, I guess. Perhaps I can warm up to it a little bit later down the road, but for right now, like I said, it's just not really my vibe. But Fuckboy, I do really enjoy. I enjoy all of the members' voices on it. It sounds really, really nice. And that song also does remind me of another song, and specifically, once again, the verse parts. So not necessarily the chorus, but the verse parts reminds me of Mamamoo's Better Than I Thought. So if you listen to like the opening, I don't know, 20 to 25 seconds or so of Blackpink's Fuckboy, and then also go listen to the first 20 to 25 seconds of Mamamoo's Better Than I Thought, I feel like will definitely like see the similarities, because the strings and I guess the, I don't know, beat or melody that opens both of those songs is incredibly similar. So it's kind of ironic, because every time I listen to Fuckboy, it kind of just makes me want to go listen to that Mamamoo song, because that Mamamoo song is one of my favorite songs that Mamamoo has released. I love Better Than I Thought, but I really do like Fuckboy for what it is, and I really enjoyed that release from Blackpink, or that track from Blackpink. So this is the last page of the Jennie photo book here for the silver version, and we've already taken out all of the goodies, so let's move on to those. So up first, we of course have the mini poster, and so this is what the mini poster for Jennie looks like, and this is another stunning photo of Jennie here. I love the lighting for like all of these. I feel like the lighting for all of these photo shoots are just so incredible, and it makes the members like really glow and just like really like stand out. So I really enjoy the lighting for all these photo shoots, but this is the mini poster that you get for Jennie's silver version. We love that. Up next, this is the clear bookmark that you get for Jennie's version. So another beautiful photo of Jennie. And lastly, we have the 3 photo cards. So the backs look like they're going to be the same as the Jisoo photo cards that we just saw in her silver version. So we have a very adorable photo of Jennie right here. She's doing a chi card, which once again, man, they love doing those chi cards. We have seen a lot of those chi cards today, but she's doing a little bit of a flower pose in this one, and this one is also a bit super up close, so we love that. And then she's doing a wink right here as well, and we can also kind of see the lightning in the background, so that's a pretty cool photo card as well. So these are the 3 photo cards that you get in Jennie's silver version. Let's go ahead and move on to Rosie. All right, so this is Rosie's silver version. So we have a very beautiful front cover of this Rosie version, and then we flip it over to the back, and the back is just the same, and then as well as the side is the same. So we're going to open it up, and I once again opened it to the back. But we do have the CD right here, so I will show this very quickly. So we have another photo of Rosie on the CD plate, looking very beautiful and gorgeous as always. It looks like we have some sort of like, I don't know, maybe like comet or streamer or shooting star perhaps they were trying to like mimic in the background here. So that's pretty cool. That's what the CD looks like. All right, so I have taken everything out of the back of this silver version, and so now we're going to flip through the photo book and get through these photos of Rosie. Once again, we have some lightning in the clouds in the background. Very cool and nice effect. And we do have some gorgeous photos of Rosie right here. Once again, I think the lighting is really like shining through, like no pun intended, because they all just look so good. I feel like the front-facing lighting is really good for all of these photo shoots. So that's something I'm definitely noticing for all of these. And we're actually already at the end. So I think this might be just like a 10-page photo book, if that. So this is the last page in its entirety. And as I mentioned, I already took all the stuff out. So that is the photo book for Rosie, and that is her silver version. Let's take a quick peek at Rosie's mini poster. So it looks like she is in the white outfit here once again, and she's got the black boots, and then it looks like kind of some sort of like leather like legging covers or something like that. but very nice outfit indeed. And she's got the stormy clouds in the background once again. And this is the back of the mini poster. So that's what Rosie's mini poster is like. Then this is a quick look at the bookmark that you get for Rosie. So this is her clear bookmark. She's in the same outfit, and then at the bottom it says Deadline, just like all the other clear bookmarks. And now we move on to the photo cards, which, as you can see, the back is going to be exactly the same as the previous silver version photo cards that we have seen up to this point, but all three of these photo cards are going to be Rosie photo cards, of course. And so we have this first one here. She has some very dark eyeliner that you can tell in this picture right here. And we also have some lightning in the background. And then this second photo card, she's kind of looking off at something in the distance with, I think that's perhaps the ground in the background because it's like taken at a high angle. And then this photo card is taken at a low angle, and you can see the lightning in the background, but she looks so stunning and gorgeous and just super beautiful. So these are the three Rosie photo cards that you get for the silver version. Very happy with these pulls. We have one more silver version, of course, and that is Lisa. All right, so we have the last silver version photo book to go through, and we, of course, have Lisa. So we have a very pretty front cover here of Lisa on the front, and then we flip it over, and the back is the same, and also the side is the same. So we're going to get into this, and let's see what the CD looks like. All right, so this is what Lisa's CD plate looks like for her silver version. So we have a very stunning photo of Lisa, and it looks like they once again have these, like, I don't know, comet or like shooting star type things that they're perhaps going for in the background, but that is the CD for Lisa's version. Okay, so I took out all of the inclusions out of the back of this photo book, so now we just have the photo book to flip through real quick here. So we're gonna have some very nice photos of Lisa, and then we will be pretty much done with this album version. I've really enjoyed this album version, especially like from just a packaging perspective, because I really liked the packaging for the digipacks back for Born Pink era, and I also really like this style of packaging for this era as well, because it's very similar, right? So the packaging style I enjoy quite a lot for this version. But we have some very pretty Lisa photos here, and once again, this is just kind of a short photo book as we are already at the end. Let me extend that so we can get the full look at it right there. But yeah, that is the full photo book for Lisa's silver version. Very nice. Let's move on to the inclusions. All right, so of course the first thing that we have to go through is the mini poster here. So this is Lisa's mini poster for the silver version. I really like this mini poster. I love the transition from, like, it seems like a sky blue, then transitions like all the way to black. I really like that look. And I think this might be, I don't know, is this like, do I like this more than the Jisoo one? Because I really like the Jisoo one, but I'm obviously like Jisoo biased, but I think this is definitely my second favorite, if not my favorite mini poster for the silver version for sure. Then of course we have the clear bookmark. So this is the photo that you get of Lisa on her clear bookmark. And then at the bottom, it just says Deadline and Blackpink. And of course, lastly, we have the three photo cards with the same backs as the other silver versions. So we are going to flip, and ooh, I really like this photo card because you got like the striations or like the comet like effects or whatever in the background here, and Lisa is doing a wink. And then we also have the same effects in the background on this photo card, and we just have a very nice smile from Lisa there. And then we have actually a very similar photo card to the one before it. It's just a little bit closer. So this photo card before it and then this last photo card here are kind of like the same. They're kind of just taken, I guess, closer than the other. So these are the three Lisa photo cards that you get for her silver version. I do have one more version to get to, and that is the Mood Light, so let's unbox that. So, as mentioned, the last version I have is the Mood Light version. So this is the out box for this version. It's pretty big and bulky, but unfortunately it doesn't quite have the same, I guess, protection as the regular photo books. So it's kind of funny because this is probably the most fragile version because there's obviously like a mood lamp in here, so it's a bit fragile, but it has the like cheapest packaging. Because all the photo books and stuff are like super nice, like hardcover, like you can knock on them and they'll knock back, right? But this one is kind of just like, I don't know, really thin paper packaging, but this is what the front looks like. And then these are all of the sides. So this is one side here. It has the track list, and then this is the back, and then that's the other side, and then this is the bottom, which unfortunately is a bit damaged, but I mean, it's not too bad. It looks like this is a slip cover, so I can just slip this right off, and then that reveals this on the inside. So this is what the inside looks like, and it looks like I can just pull this tab up, and then, I can just actually remove all of that. And so it looks like it's packaged kind of like a bobblehead. If you've ever been to any baseball games ever when they're not selling, but giving away bobbleheads, like player bobbleheads to all the fans that enter, this is exactly how those are packaged. So I'm going to remove this plastic from here. All right, so this is everything that fell out when I removed it. So we have a little package of goodies right here. These are probably instructions and or credits. We of course have the little power cable, and then we have the mood lamp itself. So I'm gonna remove the mood lamp from the plastic and probably show that off first. All right, so I have removed the mood lamp from the plastic itself, and so this is what it looks like completely out of the packaging. As you can tell, it is an hourglass mood lamp, so it looks like some sand in here, and the bottom actually is magnetic, so you can like flip this. So if I sit this down and I do this, you can see that everything starts to fall to the bottom, and you can see it kind of like gather at the bottom in a very cool way. It looks like it kind of like, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just like falling and gathering at the bottom in a very interesting way. So you can flip it, which is really cool. I like how it's a lamp, but also kind of like an hourglass, and the holder is magnetic. So it kind of makes the sand react in a weird way when it falls to the bottom. But that's kind of how that works. So I'm actually just going to sit that to the side real quick. This is the stand, and so this is what the base of the stand looks like. So it just says Blackpink, and then Deadline, and then Blackpink again. And then we have the connectors here. So we have, I guess this is the power button, and then it looks like a USB-C input. So when I plug it in later, that's what I'll probably plug it into. And then on the bottom, this is really cool. I don't know if you guys can see it right now on the camera. I think you can see it. Ooh, you can definitely see it now, right? But it's actually upside down, so I'm gonna do this. So on the bottom here, you have all of the members' signatures. So I think this is Jisoo's signature, then we have Jennie's signature, I think this might be Rosie's signature, and then this is Lisa's signature right here. And so I think that's a pretty cool feature that all the signatures are engraved on the bottom, so really enjoy that. But I will have to plug this in at some point. I won't do it right now because it's daytime, so if I were to display it like on this video, it probably wouldn't like light up or look like it lights up very well. So what I'm gonna do is probably wait until later when it gets dark out. I will plug it in and then probably just insert a picture like right here in the video in terms of like what it looks like when it's lit up. So that'll be my plan for later, but for right now, I think we just have this really cool mood lamp that I'm probably going to play around with a bit. And of course, as I mentioned, we do have the USB-C cable, so you'll probably have to connect this to a power block and then plug it into an outlet. And then we do have this little instruction sheet right here. So if I were to unravel this, it comes out like an accordion and kind of just has all of the instructions. So we don't really care too much about that right now. And the last inclusion of this version, we have this little, it's kind of like a polka version packet. Like it reminds me of polka versions, but it's a little folder and it says Blackpink on it. And we can just go ahead and open it up, and there'll probably be photo cards in here, and there are photo cards in here, and we also have the mini CD. So this is not just a mood lamp, but we do have a mini CD, which I'm just going to leave in there for right now, but that's what the CD plate looks like. And then we also do have the photo cards, which will be a full set. So let's go through those. So this is what the back of the photo cards look like for the Mood Light version. So we're going to go ahead and flip, and we have an OT4 set, and it looks like these might be concept style photo cards. So we have a Jisoo to start off with. Then we do have a Jennie, which is a bit closer, but still not a selfie. So I guess sticking with the concept card theme. And then we have a Rosie, very, very gorgeous photo card of Rosie right here. And then last but not least, we have a Lisa. So this is the full OT4 photo card set that you get in the Mood Light version. So I'm very happy with all of these photo card pulls, and I am very happy with this version. Like in general, I am so excited to hook up this mood lamp and just have it on probably all the time in my room when it's dark out. I already have my Espa Sync Axis line Giselle mood lamp already, and so now I have a second mood lamp that I can just like add to like, I guess the faded color in my room when it's dark out. So very excited for that. Like I said, I'm going to demo it later and then insert a picture for this video, but that's all I got for this unboxing of Blackpink's Deadline. So now I'm going to bring everything back into frame and then we can get out of here. All right, so that is all I got for this unboxing of Blackpink's latest EP, Deadline. Thank you guys so much for watching to this point in the video. If you did, I had so much fun unboxing all of these versions, and as I mentioned, the comeback was kind of a mixed bag for me. There were some things I really, really enjoyed about it, but then there are some other things that I was a little disappointed by, and I don't really know how else to wrap up all of those feelings under like one common definition, I guess, other than maybe like it just kind of felt like all four of them being so established as solo acts now. It kind of just felt like four solo acts coming together for like a special album, as opposed to like four individuals forming a group and then making like a group album, if that makes sense. In my head, it kind of makes sense, but I don't know if I'm like explaining it to the degree that like what I'm thinking of, but that's kind of just how it felt for me. And so I love all the members, of course, so much. And like I said, anything I said in this video that was like loosely a criticism only comes from a place of love and no hate. So please be wary of that when you like take my thoughts into consideration. So as I film this is a Monday, and I hope to have this up either tomorrow or Wednesday because I missed a video last week, and so I want to have this unboxing up a little bit early because I missed a video. So there will probably be no video this Friday, but the following week at some point, perhaps between next Wednesday or Friday, I do plan on doing a photo card haul. And then we do have a lot all of a sudden coming up following that. So in addition to all the normal photo card content that will come with a photo card haul, we still have that special video that I plan on doing that will include a special announcement. So definitely look forward to that. But then we also have had a lot of comebacks announced recently. So Yuna is going to be solo debuting, and I have pre-ordered all of her album versions. And so that will be happening towards the end of this month in March. And then also just yesterday we announced, or not we, but SM announced that Irene is going to be also having a solo release at the end of March. And this will actually be a full album. So I did pre-order all the versions for Irene's full album as well. So in addition to the photo card stuff, you can definitely look forward to a Yuna unboxing and an Irene unboxing in the future. And one thing I also just wanted to mention, it's not really K-pop related, but sort of is. So right now we are in the midst of the World Baseball Classic going on, and I thought it was really cool that this morning, it was at 5 a.m. Eastern time is when the game started, and so it probably would have wrapped up around like 8 a.m. Eastern, but Korea actually advanced, Team Korea advanced to the knockout rounds of the World Baseball Classic. It was a pretty interesting scenario in their group because they needed a specific amount of runs and they couldn't give up a specific amount of runs for them to advance. And it just so happens they got the exact amount of runs that they needed. and they didn't give up more than the runs that they needed to allow to give up. So it was like a weird tiebreaker situation with them, Australia, and Taiwan, but the way the game broke out, Korea actually advanced, and so they got second in their group, and the quarterfinals is going to happen very soon, I think, in Miami. So very much looking forward to that. Very happy that Team Korea advanced to the knockout stage of the World Baseball Classic for the first time since 2009. If you guys don't know, Wendy from Red Velvet did throw out the first pitch in Korea's first game. So when they played the Czech Republic, that's when Wendy threw out the first pitch. But I've just kind of been enjoying the World Baseball Classic recently. US is obviously in it, and I'm also paying attention to Italy because of my heritage. So just kind of enjoying the World Baseball Classic, but very happy for Korea to advance to the knockout round. But with that little Sports Center update out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and wrap this video up. So thank you guys so much for watching to this point in the video. Once again, if you did, I hope you have an awesome day or night whenever you watch this, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.